and let there be light. There we go. Good morning everyone, welcome back. At this point my channel is pretty much me getting up at stupid times so that you guys don't have to. It is currently 2 AM at the moment. I've literally been up since just before 12 and we are going out for another early season snapper mission. So there's a very good reason why we're up so early. We're going to be targeting some of those really big early season snapper. And we've actually got a unique bait this morning. I've never used this bait before and it's actually some mullet. So last night at about 5 o'clock, I actually went out and collected some beautiful mullet. We've got about a dozen of them and hopefully this morning that is going to be the main bait to catch these big snapper. They're a very oily bait, a very good bait. So I think we might be in for a bit of luck this morning. And if not, we're still going to be out here enjoying this beautiful morning. There we go. Yes, we've already got one in the bucket. That is the second one going in. There we go, another one. Yes, perfect. That's 3 now. There we go. Yes, beautiful. Oh, bang, they're on the bite. We've probably got a dozen mullet or so that'll be enough. So either way, we've just got to set this kayak up, get the sounder, get all the lights, all the rods on board, and then we'll go down to our spot, launch, and then we'll see what happens. We'll go try find some fish, and hopefully we'll be able to catch them. So we've got to set this yak up first. There is a little bit of wind about at the moment. It's probably a 5-knot breeze, but as the morning goes on, it's meant to drop right off. So there should be no chop on the water. Hopefully it's one of those special glass out mornings. Either way, I don't really care. We're out here fishing, so we're just making our way over to our spot now. We're fishing up the top end of Westernport. So we're pretty much as far as we can go before we run into all these big mud banks. And we're gonna be fishing in a tiny little channel. So I'll show you guys in just a second. But we'll just quickly make the run over there. Hopefully, fingers crossed, we'll have some baits in the water by about 3 o'clock. So we should get a fair bit of fishing time in this morning with those mullet. And I've also brought out some fresh squid, the old go-to. I did catch some squid the other day, so we brought that out with us. So we have fresh mullet and fresh squid. All right, so we're getting close now. We've just entered that channel. As you can see, it is dropping off. So that's the sonar on the right. That is the graph on the left. As you can see, the green on either side of this blue line is mud. On a big low tide, that is all mud. So this is a very small channel which we're in, but as you can see, it is still fairly deep. So that is plenty of water for these fish to run up and down this channel, and they scavenge the food. These fish run off and on these mud banks, so there is plenty of food on this green zone here. There's a lot of crabs, a lot of garfish, plenty of bait for these early season snapper to fatten up and get ready for breeding. So what we're going to do is go over these tiny little contour lines and target the drop-offs and try locate some fish on our sonar. So from about now on, there should be a bit of a slope. So you'll see the graph at the bottom will start sloping up, and along this edge here is where I've sounded up some cracking fish. So we'll give it a go around here, I reckon. All right, so it's not a very distinct arch, but that is a reading. As you can see, that is a fish right along the bottom on that slope. So there is some sort of fish in this area. We'll keep looking around and hopefully we'll find a couple of better marks. That's what we're looking for. As soon as I put the camera away, good mark just came up. So I'm not really sounding up what I would want. There's not a lot around here, but there is the occasional decent arch along the bottom. And I know that the fish have been actively moving through this area recently. So I think that we're just going to sit along this edge anyway. It is very early season, so sometimes it is better just to anchor up where you know there's fish instead of searching around for hours trying to find marks which you might not even find. I still think that we're in for a really good chance at a snapper. And if not, then hopefully there's some gummy sharks or some other cool critters around. Give it a go here. The peacefulness out here is just, you literally can't beat it. It's my favourite thing. Early in the morning, dead quiet, just out here on the water. So we've finally found a spot. We've anchored in about 18 foot of water. It took me about 4 or 5 goes to get where I really wanted to be, but it is worth anchoring where you think the fish will be. Confidence is everything when you're fishing, and I'm fairly confident in this spot. Now let's get our first bait out, and it is an absolute beauty. Look at that, a beautiful little mullet. And this is actually butterflied. So it's a dead fish. And if you're ever going to use dead fish as bait, always butterfly them. So what butterflying is you take the backbone out and what you're left with is just the two meaty bits. Now the meatier bits are a lot softer and these actually wave around in the current and give it the vibration of an actual fish. So it's a beautiful bait, a lot of movement and a hell of a lot of scent. I reckon the next bait will be a squid bait. The first one, big mullet. There we go. All right. Take a look at that. The second bait which we're going to get out for the morning is half of an absolutely massive squid head. That is a dynamite bait. Here we go. Oh, he missed it. Good sign. Very good sign. All right, it's a little bit smaller now. That'd probably be a better hookup rate. That was a snapper though. Well, we had that one hit on that left rod, which was definitely a snapper, but now it's gone dead quiet. From now on, it's going to be a waiting game. So I'll turn that floodlight off, and if anything happens, you'll probably hear me yelling and screaming, and hopefully we'll be onto a big fish. So let's go. Oh, that's on. That's on. That's a good fish. Oh, yes. Oh. Is that a snapper? That is, I think. Oh, yes. That just screamed off. Oh, oh. Well, we didn't even need to turn the light on. That is a cracking fish. On the light combo. That's a snapper. Oh, yes. That is an absolute beast. That has got to be a good fish. That took a good 50 meters of line just then. Oh my goodness, it is right on the slack tide. I actually just wound up one of my baits and there was sea lice engulfing the bait, and we've just hooked up. Yes, that is a big fish. He screamed off. Wowee. That is a very heavy fish. This is very, very weird. He took a huge, huge run and now he's just cruising in. This could be a very, very big one. A huge one. Please don't, oh, he might be in that line. Oh no. Very big fish. Oh, wow. How's the screaming run on that thing? That is a big fish. The other rod's got a fish on too. Not gonna worry about that at all. Here he is. That is so devastating. He was literally on the surface. I just saw a flash of red. He was a huge fish. Whatever. The fish swam away healthy. It's the only positive I can take out of that. It's a fish. Big fish. That's an eagle ray. Better turn that light on. That was nuts. I thought this was an eagle ray. I was just tying up my other rig. As you can see, I got a rod on my lap and this rod has just screamed off. I think it's a good gummy. Man, I'm still so devastated. That was a proper snapper which we lost. Man, all that effort and you might only get one hook up. That was our chance and we literally didn't do anything wrong. We had the drag pretty tight and he just screamed off in the holder, so it set the hooks. We played him well. We played him really light down towards the kayak because I knew that he might have been pinned poorly and he got off. But we got a good gummy on. But I'll tell you what, this is still a cracker of a gummy shark. Take a look at him right there. A very, very solid fish, easily legal. And that is one way to start off the day, but it could have been so much sweeter. Let's let him go. See you, buddy. Man, we gave it a red hot crack this morning. Chased mullet all last night, got fresh baits, fresh squid. Everything was lined up perfectly and we had that one opportunity at an absolute giant. Either way, the good news is the next few days are looking prime weather-wise, so we will definitely be back out and searching for revenge. We are back for revenge. Good morning, everyone. It is literally the next morning from yesterday where we lost that absolute giant fish. So what I'm doing at the moment is heading straight back over to where we were fishing yesterday, and hopefully we'll be able to change our luck. We had one really good fish on and we had a couple of hits, but hopefully this morning we'll be able to stay connected with at least one of those fish. The conditions this morning are very, very average. So it's going to be a good day to test out these stabilizers right here. It's going to be like a 5, maybe 10 knot wind, and at the moment it is fairly choppy wind against tides. So we'll head over to our spot and hopefully it's not too uncomfortable over there and we'll catch a fish. There we go, first bait's out. So we're on a drop off. We're in 18.7 foot and the water temperature is 13.3 degrees. So it's pretty much prime temperature, prime depth for early season snapper. I'm very, very happy with where we are. There we go. There we go. What is that? That's a fish. That feels decent. That could be a snapper. Could be, or it could be a shark as well. It's one of the two. On the circle hook squid ring. What is that? That's a gummy. Better than nothing. Wow. Very, very quiet day so far. Very quiet. Could be another stingray. Oh, is that an elephant? What is that? It might be an elephant shark. I think we've got an elephant. Yeah, we do. We've got an elephant. He's all wrapped up, but that is an elephant shark. That is probably one of the most strangest creatures you will ever see. That is awesome. Was not expecting that at all. Usually around Easter is the season for these guys, but it's pretty much polar opposite right now. And still we've got an elephant somehow. That is so unexpected. Yes. That is awesome. Yes, take a look at that. That right there is an elephant shark. I've actually wanted to show you guys one of these for such a long time, and we finally got one. It's probably the most unique shark that I've ever seen and that we have in these waters by far. Look at that. He has a trunk on the front of his nose and he has a big spike on his head, and he's actually got all these little appendages like legs as well. Oh man, look at that. That spike, if he gets you, that would hurt big time. But that is so awesome. Yes, I'm stoked with that. On the circle hook too, so it's going to be so good for a release. All right, we got the hook out. Let's let this beautiful fish go. That is one of the most unique creatures you'll ever see. Come on. Come on. Come on. All right, she's ready to go. You ready? 3, go. Bang. Straight down. They're very tough and she just tanked off. Well, I reckon I'm going to wrap it up there. That is the second day, 2 massive mornings in a row, pretty much 2 midnight starts. And yeah, we didn't manage a big snapper, but that is early season snapper fishing to a T. We had our one shot at an absolutely monster fish, but we didn't stay connected. Either way, we persisted and we still caught a couple of nice fish. We caught that big gummy shark and we also caught that beautiful and really rare for this time of year elephant shark. So hopefully you guys enjoyed this one. If you did, leave a like on the video, comment your thoughts below, and I'll see you in the next one. Thanks for watching.